This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a new video for you guys to enjoy. Been a minute since I did a spill on here, so I wanted to do a spill because this was a very big story that came out of Northern California, out of the Sacramento area, and many of you probably already heard about this because it's been all over the news, and it was a tragic incident that happened in Sacramento, California. And what happened was there was a shooting, a shootout basically in downtown Sacramento on K Street, and it resulted with 6 people dead and more than 10 injured, I'm sure, at this point, because this is an older article. I think it's probably like 15, 16, 17 injured. You know what I mean? A very tragic event. We're going to talk a little bit about, what transpired and my knowledge to the area where this happened. And, and basically shootings in the United States, crime going on in Northern California, and etc. So let's get started. So I guess you could say that was Saturday, April 2nd, going into Sunday, April 3rd. People were hanging out, partying over there on K Street in downtown Sacramento. And those of you who aren't familiar with Sacramento, I am, because I used to live in Sacramento. And I've actually been to K Street a few times, going up from the Bay Area to hang out in Sac with homies out there. K Street is up there by K Street and I forget the cross street. It's over there, kind of going towards the stadium where the Kings played. Back in the days, it used to be the downtown plaza. Those of you who are old enough to remember that, this area particularly is right across the street from a theater called the Crest Theater, and it's right down the street from the Cathedral of Sacramento. And basically, this area is like a nightlife club area. There's a lot of nightclubs there. There's one very popular bar that I've been to. It's called the Dive Bar, and it's very famous because they have a mermaid who swims around in a tank, a woman who dresses up like a mermaid. And I've been there. I've been to a few clubs there. I remember my ex-girlfriend and we went out to that area one time and partied up, and it was fun. You know what I mean? So I've been to that area. I know it real well. Trust me. And it looks like last Sunday night around 2 a.m., something occurred, fight, something, and a shootout broke out, and it resulted with the death of 6 people. Now, there's a lot of videos out there about the shooting. Chances are you already seen them. And I mean, you could hear people shooting off machine guns, automatic weapons. It wasn't even 9mm or nothing like that. This was like heavy firepower, military firepower. And I mean, you just hear it in the videos, Now, there is a video that was circulating where it shows like some Latinos were in a fight. I don't know if they were gangbangers, if they were norteños, sureños, or anything like that. You do see a video where some raza was fighting, and then you hear the shooting, and then you see everyone, spread out. But, it looks like chances are that wasn't the fight. Maybe that was a separate incident. Maybe there was 2 fights going on at the same time. Because it turns out that the people that did this were not Latinos, unless it was some Latino versus black thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Now, I do know in Sacramento there's a lot of gang activity. It's well known as a city with Crips and Bloods. I mean, I don't know too much about Sacramento politics, so don't come on here saying, oh, you're getting it wrong. I'm not from Sacramento, so I don't know. All I know is I've seen like videos about Sacramento, about what's going on, and I hear a lot of stories about the Zillas and the Stars, I think, or G Parkway, and they're funking with each other out there, allegedly according to what I've heard on many videos. And you know what I mean? Could it be from that? It could be. And Sacramento it is a city that's known for having Crips and Bloods, something that the Bay Area never really had. I mean, they did have Asian Crips and Bloods, but they never really had the black Crips and Bloods, and there's a lot of different barrios, a lot of different hoods out there, G Parkway, Oak Park, South Sacramento, South Side Iraq, Meadowview, the Gardens, Creek Mob, you have Del Paso Heights, DPH, Strawberry Manor, you have barrios like, like the Diamonds, the Frank Loans, Gardones. You also have Gardenland and various others, you know what I mean? A lot of hoods that I don't even know. So there is a lot of gang activity out there, for sure. And, was it gang related? It could have been. It could have just been a simple disagreement over, hey, I like your girl, and oh, I'm gonna hate on you and I'm gonna kill you. So who knows? We don't know. You know what I mean? What we do know is that this event went beyond Sacramento. This was a national story. This went beyond local news. Even the President Biden, commented on this. So whoever did this was gonna get caught or was gonna get arrested. The police wasn't just gonna let this slide. And these are the victims, unfortunately, of the tragedy. Melinda Davis, Devontae Turner, Jediah Alexander, Sergio Harris, Yamil Martinez Andrade, Joshua Hoyce Lucchese, and you know, tragedy. 6 people dead, and for what? You know what I mean? And I don't know if any of the people dead were involved in whatever happened. I don't know. They could have just been innocent bystanders. I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know. Chances are most of them were just innocent bystanders. You know what I mean? But 6 people dead, and for what? There's going to be lives lost on both sides in various ways, because now, these people's families are never going to be the same. And trust me, I've lost people. I know what it feels like. It sucks. You never get over it. You know what I mean? And these families of these people are never going to be the same. And also take into account the shooters. They lost their lives, basically, even if they didn't die, because they are going to throw every single book at them and make sure they never get out. You know what I mean? And it's going to be hard for their families. It's going to be hard for everybody. And who knows? If these guys were affiliated with certain gangs, it might start a gang war on the streets. So we don't know that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, again, a lot of people are going to lose their lives for various reasons. A lot of people already lost their lives. And, we still got, 15, 16, whatever the number is of people that are arrested, you know what I mean, that went to jail. Now there has been an arrest. There've been 2 arrests. One guy's name was his first name was DeAndre. I don't have his name in front of me. DeAndre, and the other guy was named Smiley Allen Martin, and the first guy, I guess the guy in this picture, I believe his name is DeAndre Smith, I think. But yeah, there have been 2 arrests made. I heard possibly there's a 3rd arrest, and there's going to be a lot of arrests. The reason I say that is because, this goes beyond Sacramento or the Bay Area or Northern California. This is national news. The president talked about it. When the president talks about something, yeah, they're going to come after you. They're going to put everything they can to come after you. So the guys who are shooting, yeah, if you're out there, man, you're going to get caught. It's an unfortunate thing. The streets are going to talk. There's probably recordings of you, because that area probably has hella cameras. You know what I mean? Trust me, I know that area. It probably has hella cameras. The only thing about that night that tripped me out is that, I've been to that area, and there's always a strong police presence there. There's always hella cops there. And it's a trip that there weren't a bunch of cops there that night when it happened. You know what I mean? Obviously, they weren't there for people to start shooting. So that is a trip that there weren't. Because usually, I know that area. There'd be hella cops in that area all the time. You know what I mean? But, it's a shame. It's a shame that our society has degenerated so much that now we're basically bringing terrorism to the streets. You know what I mean? Multiple shootings, mass shootings. It's not just gang on gang shooting. It's a mass shooting where innocent people are getting killed. No respect for human life. No respect for anything. You know what I mean? Just a degenerate society, unfortunately. And that's just what it comes down to. It's not just the Bay Area. It's not just Sacramento. It's not LA. It's everywhere, unfortunately. Crime has been going up, and things have been out of control, especially in Northern California. Especially in Sacramento and Oakland and, Frisco and, Stockton and various cities. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's just something to reflect on, man. It's a tragedy. It's unfortunate. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to all those who passed. You know what I mean? My condolences to the families. And, Yeah, man. Folks out here got to get it together, man, because this is just crazy, man. You know, this is black on black, brown on brown, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Poor on poor, working class on working class crime, and no one gives a fuck, and no one's saying nothing about it. You know what I mean? Where's all the activists at? Silence, crickets. Unfortunately, I'm like the only one probably talking about it. They could be considered something like an activist, but just reflect on it. It's a tragedy, like I said. This is Oakland Latinos United. Late.